Okay, so today is June 1st, 2024 in the San Gabriel Mountains, and today I'm going to hike a 8-mile hike with a 1,850 foot gain. Here's the area. It's a Clear Creek Fire Station. Right across here you can park street parking and park along this way, and I'll have all that directions in the description below. So there's not a lot of shade on this trail, but it should be pretty interesting. So let's get started. So right across here where people park is the trailhead, right over here. This is where you start, right through this way. Be careful crossing the street, a lot of cars coming fast. So this is Josephine Road right here. Just go through these gates and start off the hike. We're starting at 7:38 right now, leaving the trailhead. So 10 minutes into this hike, we get a little shade, mostly on the fire road it appears that maybe this hike will be on. Keep in mind again, it's an 8-mile hike, so up and back, so that's 4 miles up and 4 miles back down. Beautiful day in Southern California, not a cloud in the sky. So it is absolutely gorgeous day to get out into a hike. And the temperature is ideal too. 55 degrees currently. Now we're 20 minutes into this hike. Check out those clouds over there, all down below. So if you wonder why it's such a beautiful day up here and not a cloud in the sky, that's because we're high above the clouds. So this hike, fire road most of the way, if all the way, up and back, but it'll give you a good workout nonetheless. On hikes like this that you don't have a lot of shade on the trail, make sure you don't forget your hat, sunglasses, sunscreen, and enough water to carry you through a hike like this. You don't want to run the risk of running short or cramping up or anything like that. So keep those essentials in mind on a hike such as this with hardly any shade out here in the mountains. Now on a hike like this where you don't have a lot of shade, keep in mind sometimes the mountains will be the shade for you, like this little stretch that we're going to be approaching right here. So take advantage of that shade when you see it, depending on when you start the hike and when you do it. See, and there's the sun right there shining through, but when you come to this little mountain here, it hasn't yet come above the mountain, so you can enjoy some shade here. We're now 30 minutes into this hike. If you needed to stop and take a water break or maybe take off a little layer of clothing, depending on the temperature, this is a good spot to do it here in the shade. Check out this view right here, high above. There's a street, not sure if you can see it down below, that we came in on. And then look at the clouds there. Gorgeous day. This is a really nice view right here from this little shady vantage point. You get to see the clouds there. You see the road that you come up on right there, and then even more clouds. So you're starting to see almost a 180 degree view of the mountain from this vantage point. Now 40 minutes into the hike, check it out. There's the pretty good shade area, but the real payoff comes right here. Look at this. Again, the beautiful scenery from up here, looking at those clouds down below. And the trail as we now do a turn here and continue on up. Now 50 minutes into the hike, look at, still beautiful down below. Clouds haven't burned off, and the trail's pretty much staying the same, hitting some patches of shade and then going through some stretches of sun. So now we're 1 hour into this hike, and from this, let me show you something here. You can see Mount Wilson right there. See if I'm pointing out it correctly, those antennas, that's Mount Wilson. The reason I bring that up is this hike, as I've been saying all along, it's not that difficult to do, but what it is good for, it's what they call a conditioning hike. So this hike will help you get your stamina up, build up your confidence, and build yourself legs enough to do strong enough so you can do a hike like that, like Mount Wilson, a lot bigger hike. So keep in mind, even though this hike isn't that big and glamorous, you can at least still get some benefits out of it, as well as seeing some beautiful scenery. Here you could see, might be able to see the parking spot down below where we started at. So 1 hour, we got this far, so pretty cool up to this point. After hiking for 1 hour and 15 minutes, you can now see the other side of the mountain. Remember, we've been seeing clouds below, but here you can see nothing but mountains for miles and miles. Check that out, how clear and beautiful that looks. I am now 1 hour and 30 minutes into the hike, and check out how beautiful in early June those California native flowers look popping out of the side of the mountain here. And also notice how narrow the trail is as we get closer to the summit. If you're enjoying this video and finding it informative, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to receive more of this informative content, please subscribe to the channel. At this point, we're 1 hour and 45 minutes into the hike and almost have done a 360-degree turn around this mountain. Notice those clouds are back in the background, and more importantly, right there you can see off in the distance at the top of that peak is the summit. So we're very close to finishing this hike at this point. So we really did go 360 degrees around. There is the parking lot right there. And you could see the trail as we wound our way on up this whole way around this mountain. Pretty cool. And now we've hit this little single track trail right here. Look at that. And there's Mount Wilson over there. Remember I showed you that earlier? Now it looks like we're almost eye level to it. So really good. You could get a feel of what it's like to hike up as high as Mount Wilson and not really have to hike that hard in doing it, taking us 2 hours to get here. That Mount Wilson hike is a lot more advanced, a lot longer, but hey, you know what? At least you're experiencing yourself to the elevation. This is about, I think, over 5,300 feet, something like that on this hike. I'll put that information in the description below as we approach what may be the peak to this hike, right here. So let's see if this is it. Should be a peak somewhere here as we turn this little corner, a summit. And it is. Welcome to Josephine Peak. You've done it. And the time that we finished here, 9:33, taking a couple of breaks along the way, not going too hard at it. This is what it looks like at the peak. You could take your picture and enjoy it. Pretty cool. Check this out, the official hiking seal, Mount Lowell, 1978.
This t-shirt is...
And you know you made it to the top when you can take one of the signs and take a little picture with it. Check that out. 4-mile hike up here. Took exactly a little less than 2 hours. We started at 7:38. It's now 9:33. 4 miles up, so 4 miles back at 18:50 gain to the top here. Check out that view. If you would like to check out my other videos on hiking, please click on the link now. Thank you so much for watching.